Hi there, this is Dylis Guyan and welcome to the Inspired Selling Facebook group's member showcase this week. And I have a great guest for you today, and that is Rachel Gard, who is the founder and partner of Swift Venue Finders. Have I got that right, Rachel?
You have got that right, Dylis.
Marvellous, marvellous. Great to have you here. And it's great having you as part of the group, our Inspired Selling Facebook group. So, by the way, if you're not a member, do come onto Facebook, search for us, Inspired Selling, and come and join us. It's a great place to share your wins, ask questions, collaborate with others, but most importantly, become known for what you do. So, Rachel, welcome. So tell us, share your backstory with us and tell us how you got to where you are today, how you and Dawn start to form your business.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you ever so much for having me here, and thank you for choosing me as member of the month. We, both myself and Dawn, worked in hotels for many, many years, and it came to, I was going on maternity leave. Me and Dawn worked together in hotels. I sold hotels out on the road, and Dawn sold them from inside, if you like. She did all the cold calling, did all the cold calls, etc. And we got on really well, worked really well together. I was going on maternity leave, and we decided, well, at that point, we had to say goodbye to each other. And then 6 months later, I decided that I couldn't really go back and do the job I was doing with little people or a little person. And Dawn said, oh, well, I've been thinking about doing things. And so we started Swift Venue Finders. So we've been going 11 years now. We're 11 in June. Wow. And yeah, I think when you first start things, it's like, oh, do we, don't we? You know, you always don't know what to do for the best, but, you know, we've never regretted it. We love every day, even the difficult days, the easy days, you know, we love it because there's just the two of us that can say, shall we do something? We, you know, make a decision for ourselves and we say, yes, let's do it. Let's send a newsletter. What are we going to say on the newsletter? So, but yeah, so we both worked in hotels before. And so now we've obviously got the background. And years ago, I did catering college from school. So I did that for 2 years, and then I started working for Forte Hotels, probably in 1990, as a receptionist. So I started as junior receptionist, worked my way up to head receptionist, reception manager, moved between Aylesbury and High Wycombe and back to Aylesbury, and that's when I changed jobs into like more sales, but still within hotels.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit more about Swift Venue Finders. What do you do?
We find venues for the corporate client. So for instance, if a PA was looking for a boardroom for 10 in York, we cover throughout the whole of the UK. So if a PA was thinking, oh, I need to find something for my boss, haven't got the time, you know, he needs me to do a million other things, we would take a brief from the client, and, you know, the brief being how many people, where they need to be, how much they want to spend, what's really important to them, do they need to be near a train station, etc. We then go away with the brief and find them the venue. We come back with some options. They might say, yes, perfect, that one works exactly well. Or I like a bit of this one, and this one. I suppose it's like buying a house, isn't it? Yeah. So until we get to the right venue, and then they would say, okay, I want to confirm that hotel in York. So we would send the confirmation to the hotel, and then the contract comes out from there. We're basically a PA's PA, if that kind of explains it a bit better. Yeah. We've had PAs that have been in a meeting with their boss and emailing us. So when they come out of the meeting from the boss, she's already got the stuff.
Fantastic.
So he just thinks, hang on a minute, how have you got that so fast? Because I've been in the meeting with you for 4 hours, and she's just quickly emailed us from there and said, oh, please help me. This is what I need for him, and I know he's going to want it ASAP.
Brilliant, brilliant. And of course, the really great sort of selling point, if you like, about your business is that it doesn't cost your client anything.
No, it doesn't. It's we offer a free service.
Yeah.
and we get a commission from the venue that we place the business with. So yeah, it's like an added, how we say, we're part of their team without the added payroll.
Yes, which is brilliant, and also brilliant for people like myself who run workshops and could just give you a call and say, Rachel, could you find me a venue for, whether it's 10 people, 20 people, 50 people or more, and
yes,
you can find the best fit. And what I loved also is you saying, and you do a bit of a fact find to find out the right fit. So the hotel that's the right fit for me, for example.
Absolutely.
It's near to a railway station. And I know that you really do provide an excellent service. So tell us, who are your best clients? Who are your ideal clients? And then what are their biggest challenges?
Okay, well, the person within the establishment is normally a PA, personal assistant, or an office manager, or a training manager. So we work with lots of training companies as well. So it's just the person that is having to find that venue. We work with pharmaceutical companies, education companies, paint companies. So we don't mind what industry it's in, but it's for people that are looking for external meetings and accommodation. So we do both.
Right. So is there a particular size of company that you prefer to work with?
Well, medium to large, I suppose, is better, because they're more likely to have the need. Not saying, because we do work with smaller people, and that's great too, but they don't always have the need for somebody like myself or Dawn, because, a lot of them say, oh, there's only you in the office, you can do it yourself. Whereas I think the medium to bigger companies are very much like, oh, we haven't got that person. So I know it's part of your job and you've got other things to do. So you can outsource it. Like we've always said about outsourcing, it is just like an outsourcing. Yeah. So
the thing is, it's madness not to do it, because it's no cost.
No,
because you are getting your commission from the venue, so it's no cost to anyone who uses you.
No, and like I say to people that I speak to, we do it day in, day out. So we know how to do it, and to do it on a quick turnaround basis. Whereas if you have just walked into they go, oh, hi, I need this. And you go, oh, where do I start? Whereas we know where to start, because that's our job and that's what we do. Yeah. So, yes, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Absolutely. Indeed. So what are the benefits then, apart from that, that you've got the experience and you know straight away where to look and the right fit, and the pitfalls, of course. What are the other benefits of using you and your...
Well, as well as the time saving, they're saving money as well. We deal with venues every day. So we're more likely to be able to get the discount because they know us, and, they know that we're a reputable company, and, they're used to working with Swift Venue Finders. So, when our email comes in, or they know our name, or etc., oh yeah, we've worked with you before. So it's all things like that. We're out there building our relationship for the client as well as for us, because, why would you work with somebody that doesn't have a good reputation? So, and it's lovely. I walked into an office the other day and went to meet her because I just happened to be in that office block. And she said, oh, it's so lovely. People have heard about you and they tell us how nice you are. And that, that's more than anything else, because you just think that's nice that people are saying that. And that's,
it's all about trust, isn't it?
Totally.
It's about the trust. And I remember when I very first met you, Rachel, when you told me that this was a free service, I absolutely couldn't believe it. So for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. And anyone who's watching this video, I hope that they're going to take advantage of this and use you to find their venues, because
thank you, Dylis.
Great service you give. And how reliable you are, and that you would never recommend a venue to anyone that wasn't the absolute right fit.
There's just no point. There's just, you know, and that's what we're all, either say to people, look, that might be in your right place, but we might have used it before, or we've had feedback before and it's not been great. So we will also pass, because we always ask people's feedback, so we would always pass that on and just say, look, we did use this venue before, because sometimes people come to us and say, oh, I'd like to try this venue, my colleagues suggested it to me. So obviously then we would say, yes, we have used it before, and it was fantastic, or we have used it before and it wasn't particularly great. But, you know, because, you know, at the end of the day, we just want to be honest. So
yeah, indeed. And you also know the standard of food, for example. If people are having breakout sessions, you know, what's the coffee like, other snacks, you know, all of those sort of things, and I guess accommodation as well.
And Dylis, you can't believe how important the food is. People, you know, that is on the feedback, that's kind of the main thing is, oh, it was fantastic, the food was great, or, you know, the food is such a big thing to away days or training, or it does, well, I would say 80% revolves around the food.
Yeah, I remember going to an event last year and the food was absolutely diabolical when we finally got it. So it took so long for them to come and serve us. Then when we did get it, we were having to rush it because we didn't have much time, and it was a poor quality anyway. So it was
that's a shame.
Yeah, and you're right, it does make a difference to the whole occasion.
Yeah, well, it does, because these people are taking time out of their office or their day. You know, it's a lot of them, it's a big thing. Some people don't probably do it once a year. There's obviously some meetings that people get out a lot more, but some of these delegates are going and it's like they're outing for the year. You know, it's a really big thing for them. And then if they go back and say to 10 people in the office, oh, it was absolutely atrocious because the tea, you know, it's a really big, and that's why we, you know, we look into all that, because it's so important.
Yeah. Are there any other key things that people should be thinking about? You know, when
I suppose the day of the week, if they can be flexible with what day of the week they book it. Tuesdays and Wednesdays can be very busy. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but Mondays and Fridays can be quieter, so they could get a better deal. Right. It's just trying to think of things like that, because a lot of people go, well, I wanted a Wednesday, and they said that it, you know, it just blocks out the whole book, especially with bedrooms. You know, it's like peak nights, and you know, you're blocking the midnight and they can't sell through, etc. So it's just thinking about things like that, really.
Yeah, excellent. So who would you like to be introduced to? So any of the group members who are listening to this, or anyone on my social media platforms, because of course I share this on there too. Who are you looking for? What sort of introductions would you like?
We are looking to speak to PAs, EAs, office managers, training managers,
assistants.
Sorry, executive assistants. Yeah, sorry, personal assistants, executive assistants, office managers, training managers, anybody that is looking for an external venue for, you know, conference. It might be a Christmas party, summer party, training. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's not the PA or the personal assistant or the EA. It's somebody that might be been given the Christmas party, and they groan and say, oh my dear Lord, how did I get that this year?
Yeah.
You know, so it could be a staff group that organise the summer party or the Christmas party. You know, anybody like that needs help, that's what we're here for.
Excellent. And someone like myself, you know, I have a virtual team. I don't have an office where we're physically together. I have a virtual team. But I run training programs, workshops, and so on. So anyone like me also would benefit from getting in touch with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And like you say, it's all about using other people to make your job so much easier.
Yeah, and saving time and money, which is always...
Well, I went to an event once with a client, and she said, oh, I don't want to take you into the room, she said, because you're my secret weapon and I don't want to explain that you exist. But she did take me in.
Really, isn't it? It's a bit of backhanded praise. Excellent. So from your experience then, Rachel, you've been in business for 11 years now. What would your biggest bit of advice be for anyone who's starting out?
I think go for it. I think it's a really big thing. You know, as I said, Dawn and myself did sit down in the, you know, before we made the decision, and it was like, oh, because it's so, you know, it's easy, isn't it, to work for somebody else? It's easy to turn up, get your pay, you know, walk away. But I think for working for yourself, it's such a big, well, it's just such a big buzz. You're personally helping people. People are coming back to you. They're not coming back to another company. They're coming back to, you know, Rachel and Dawn that are helping you. And it just, I don't know, it's got a real buzz. And like I say, as you know, working for yourself, you've got so much more flexibility. You can sit down, make a decision. It happens. It can happen within 10 minutes. It hasn't got to go through X amount of stages to get signed off, and you are you, and you have so much more control over the end product being delivered, because it's us that you deal with. It's not, you don't press 1 for somebody, 2 for somebody else, or 3 for somebody else. You just press 1 and get us.
Yes, yeah. And I'm sure you've had your challenges over the years, you know, over an 11-year period. You've obviously had challenges, but you've managed to overcome those challenges because you're still here and you're doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, well, we started in 07, you see, and in 08 it all hit the fan, didn't it? So of course we were like, oh dear, what have we done? But I think you just got to ride it, haven't you? As you know, you've just got to do different things to go, okay, let's ride this year, or let's, you know, but you get there. Yeah, and like you say, we're now 11, so
yeah, brilliant. And you know, my motto is find a way and be the very best you can be, and it is about that, isn't it? Because
yeah, totally,
there must be challenges, you know. Hopefully we don't get challenges like 2008 again, but we might, and you have to find a way to just keep
absolutely
just keep going. You know, even the greats, they weren't successful straight away. You know, if you look at Disney, you look at Einstein and people like that, and they really had lots of challenges to overcome, but they just kept going.
Yeah, and you are right, and you're my biggest mentor for that, for saying you just keep going, you just keep going out there, you just keep getting your name out there, and that's exactly it, Dylis.
Yes, exactly. Expose yourself, metaphorically speaking. So Rachel, if any of the audience would like to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Well, we've got a telephone number of 01491 824 634, or email.
Again, Rachel,
sorry,
your number again there.
01491 824 634. Or they can email us at sales@swiftvenuefinders.co.uk, or Rachel at and Dawn at. It all comes into the same.
Excellent. And I can put those links into this when I put it out, when I publish it.
Oh, brilliant.
I can put your phone number and those links in there. That's absolutely brilliant. And Rachel, it's been a pleasure to showcase your business, because it is such a great business. And I love the passion that you've got for it. After all of these years, you've still got that passion and love for
it. Still there, Dylis.
So just finally, Rachel, what would you say to anyone who's listening to this and thinking about joining our Facebook group, Inspired Selling? What are the benefits of being in the group?
Oh, I think it's a great group. It's just, you know, some days, like I did this morning about the body coach, some things come up and you think, oh, I've got to share this with the team. It's just so nice. And, you know, if you've got a question, like I've had a few that, you know, about, I can't think what it's called now, LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever. It's like we're saying about using people like me, it's just trying to use other people's knowledge, because, you know, I'm not a techie person, but somebody on the group is a techie person, and you can ask questions, and it's just really motivating. And, you know, the body coach thing this morning, it sort of got me completely fired up. And the story that you shared the other week, and it's just great because I think, especially when you're a small business, you can forget, and it's how, how to motivate other people. And it's great because I'm sure there's people on the group that are just one person on their own, whereas at least myself and Dawn can go, oh, what do you think about this? And what do you think about this? Whereas on there, it's nice because everybody's in it together. And I think everyone's really helpful and will always answer and, help, really.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Rachel. As I said, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you in the group again soon.
Oh, thank you for having me, Dylis.
Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely welcome. Thank you so much. Speak soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.